Well, we had a little plot twist here. I happened to be walking by and I saw the light blinking, and then I noticed the broken green distributor belt. And you know what? We haven't done this on camera yet. So today is your lucky day. So let's go over what we've done so far. We've got our belt and our clamp here, and our belt and our clamp on the other side. And we've got about 9.5 to 10 inches sticking out. The other thing, let me move it, is we're on the front pulley. We're off on the rear pulley. Let's see if that might be a little bit better of an angle. That way I'm not going to bump into you guys too much. So we've got our belts wrapped how we want them, right? We're on the front pulley and we're off of the rear pulley. Go ahead and pull our clamps together, and look at that. We have just enough room to make this work. So this is good. We need to get our iron heated up. I forgot to plug it in. Hold on. So while we're waiting for our belt welding soldering iron to heat up, let's go ahead and get our jig. I know that you guys have seen this particular process before, but the belt stretching tool has never made an appearance yet. Today is a first. Those blocks, they have 2 channels in them, 2 notches for 2 belts. We're just doing 1 belt today. There we go. And we can go a little tighter on this side. We're just a hair higher on our left side than our right. That looks good. All right, now it's just a waiting game. I'll put you guys on pause, and we'll pick it back up when the soldering iron has come up to temp. I think we are ready to rock and roll here. Really what we're going to do, we're going to put our soldering iron in between both belt sections and gently pinch them together. We're looking for a small bead to form, maybe a medium bead to form around the perimeter of the green belt. We're almost there. The trick to this, once we've melted our ends, let's get our soldering iron out and squeeze those together gently. If we go too tight, we're going to squeeze out all of the molten urethane, and we will end up with a very weak bond. This is good. Now we just have to wait for it to cool down. So we'll hit pause again, and we'll come back in a couple minutes once it's done. So while we're waiting for that to cool off, let's take a peek down below. Can you see that I've got that belt routed incorrectly? We're tangled up a little bit. So let's use this time while we're waiting for something else to finish to make sure our belt is routed properly on the bottom side, and that way we don't turn it on and find more issues later, right? So our belt needs to go on that side of our distributor levers. We've still got this this rear one here for what is that number, 9? Yeah, there we go. Now we're good. Perfect, perfect. So it's been a few minutes, and our belt weld feels cool-ish. I know manufacturer's recommendation is like 15 minutes. I don't usually wait that long because I am impatient. Let's go ahead and trim our weld bead off, and then we'll do a quick torture test on our belt here. What I like to do is I like to try to fold it, bend it, stretch it, look for cracks. I can't tell. Does that look, yeah, that looks not so awesome. Alright, well, we will redo this because it didn't turn out perfectly. It's okay. That's why we don't unplug the soldering iron until we are 100% officially done. Okay, so we're officially reset for attempt number 2 here. You know, it happens, right? Not everything is perfect the first time. You know, if this were easy, then everybody would be doing it, right? I think the key, the trick, is to have a little more patience. I struggle with that sometimes, right? Because you want to be done, you want to move on to the next thing. And if we had called this good without checking it and move on to the next thing, we would have had a problem. We would have had to come back, and that wouldn't have been fun at all. I believe it has been an appropriate amount of time once again. Our weld bead in quotes is much more robust than it was last time. We got her a little hotter for a lot longer. So again, let's trim our bead, please. There we go. And I did leave some boogers. Round 2. There we go. Got it. Looks pretty good. Inspection. Looking pretty good. All right. So let's release our tension here. Okay. We can get our belt jig out of the way. We no longer need that. This particular set of clamps has a 9/16 sized nut on the stud. I think some of these are metric, some of these were made standard. I'm going to go with 9/16. It fits perfectly. Yours might be a little different. Now the fun part. So the most fun and last step here is going to be installing our belt back on the rear pulley. I like to use the stabby wrench and try not to drop it. Butterfingers. Here we go. There we go. Ding. She's on. There you go. We're done here. And now for the moment of truth. Loud noise warning. I don't know. They're GS machines. They shouldn't be that loud. Right? So that is our repaired belt. Looks good. Thumbs up, we're done. So this is what we have when we came around the corner. We've got pins out, we've got an impact gun, and we don't know what else yet, right? So let's do what I'm sure has already been done at least a dozen times. Let's turn it on. Yeah, elevator tries. We have a bind somewhere. It tried to drive, right? Why don't we let's move our ladder. Let's take a peek. Let's look down here. Clues. Scooby-Doo. Clues. What do we see? T-band belt all the way into the studs. That could certainly bind the T-band and prevent everything else from running. Let's look over here. Yeah, why are we shifted? Why have we shifted all the way that way? We do not know yet, but we do know that this is our most likely issue here. So let's try to make an adjustment real quick. We'll need some 17 mils. We're going to tighten this side and shove our T-band over that way. So let's see here what we can do. You guys are upside down right now, but that's okay. We will fix it in post. This doesn't look like it should have veered too far off course. We may have some other issue, like a broken T-band roller underneath or something of that nature. But let's turn that on, or let's tighten that up, and we'll restart. And what we can do with our phalanges is just kind of roll it by hand. Let's do that real quick. We need to get this T-band over a lot more. We're almost there. Keep moving. Move under its own power now, right? She's shredded. We don't have time to do a T-band swap today, but at least crank the bejesus out of it, get it to move that way, and maybe see if we can figure out why it shifted so dramatically for no apparent reason. So our tracking's not perfect, but it is getting better, right? It could take up to 15 minutes for this to stop moving, right? So we're just gonna watch it. Just let it run for a few more minutes and see where it settles out at. Hey, look what I found. Bonus pin. Yes, we have a broken, let me move the light. Right down there should be a guide roller. It has broken off of the frame. See if I can zoom in. Yeah, right back there. Let's look at the other side. Yeah, that side's good. We've got a roller in there. Nice. I kind of thought loud noise thought it was going to be one of the guide rollers, because these don't shift dramatically for no reason, right? I think we're good. We could go that way just a little bit more. So we might consider turning this into our next transport band, our next pit rebuild, because if you were paying attention, this is the proper installation orientation. This is not. We've got the wrong rear roller in here anyways. So if we think maybe we want to do a T-band, we know we've got to change a side frame, we'll put the proper rear roller in this as well. But this is good. We're done here. We'll just continue to monitor the situation and double check tracking throughout the day. But yeah, the reluctant thumbs up on this one. So when I was doing that distributor belt right around the corner, when I was popping the thing on, I nicked my finger. So now I get to tell everybody. And we need to reset the injury counter. Boo.